Brad, can I ask you something without you getting weird?
I mean, that depends, but sure.
Do you remember recording those videos? Talking to stuffed animals?
What? No.
You don't remember asking me to dress like Winnie the Pooh?
I was joking about that, was I not? Oh, hey everybody. Fabulous be with Screen Freaks, and today we've got
Bryanna Oswald.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get into probably the worst movie ever.
Definitely the worst movie of this season, and that's including Winnie the Pooh, Leprechaun in the Hood. This takes the cake.
This movie actually makes both of those look like Oscar-winning performances.
Give all those people Academy Awards.
The Bunnyman Massacre. Where can I start?
I thought it would be more Easter themed. I thought it would be like funny, spoofy, like this bunny doesn't bring candy, you know, hunter be hunted, right. Something like that. But nope, it was just a creepy Easter bunny costume. Nothing about Easter. Nothing.
I mean, it was... movie started off with this creature or whatever it was jumping onto a kid's school bus and slaughtering a bunch of kids.
Yeah, not a great first impression. I almost turned it off. I was like, wow, that's weird.
If it wasn't for the cheesy effects and the fact that it looked like cherry Kool-Aid,
yeah.
In some parts was a little bit better. But the thing about it is like whenever I first turned it on, that whole beginning sequence, whenever it was showing all of those old videos, I was like, okay, that's cool. Some really cool cinematography going on there.
Yeah.
Good editing, real strong, music presence.
Yeah, good music. The whole beginning was good. It was a good setup. That's when the credits were rolling.
Yeah.
And like you said, good cinematography. Some of this movie had good stuff, like some scenes, directing, cinematography were decent. And then it would go right into like spoof again. So again, like American Werewolf in Paris. Is this funny or not? Am I supposed to take this serious or not? Is this scary or not? I don't know.
I mean, I could... like we had just talked about this a little bit ago. I honestly got all the way through the movie and I still don't know what the hell it was about.
There was no plot. There were a lot of questions left unanswered.
Yeah. Don't
know who anybody was or why they were doing what they were doing. It was just a lot of slashing.
No backstory. Don't know who the bunny man actually was or I mean it let me calm down. Where's my blood pressure?
It was frustrating. I remember being very upset and frustrated halfway through it.
Yes.
Especially just starting with the kids. Like, we're just going to kill kids? Why? Is nothing sacred?
You know, and the fact that there was murder scenes where you can visibly tell the person just had their eyes closed.
They were breathing. You could see the one girl after the bus scene. Yeah. You could clearly see her breathing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and you can see a couple of them, like when they do the up close with the extra gore, quote unquote gore. You can actually see their eyes, moving back and forth, like they're waiting for the scene to be done. I'm like, this is worse than the Steven Seagal movie Marked for Death.
There was a lot of blood. I'll give it that. If you like blood, this is your movie. Tons of it. They spared no expense with that. Lots of blood. But like you said, sometimes it looked okay, like decent, like when there were pools of blood and it was really dark. Other times it looked like bright red cherry Kool-Aid smeared on a body that had just been mutilated, but there were no like puncture wounds. There was no wounds at all.
Right.
One girl was supposedly had like her eye taken out. Clearly you see her eye.
Right.
It just, the practical effects weren't great. Lots of blood, but practical effects can neff.
So there was one scene where the bunny man grabs that girl in the tent, and she was in the sleeping bag, and he beats her into a rock. Yeah. I don't know if you really paid that much attention to that particular scene, but you can clearly see there was a cut where he was holding the person in the bag, and then immediately it was empty bag.
Yeah, just they stuffed it with something. And he must have been really strong because this was just an average. Sorry, what's happening? I think that's you.
No.
Oh. Sorry. Do you want to start over?
No, we're good.
No, okay.
Yeah. That would actually be a little bit more interesting than the actual movie we're talking about.
Yeah, so he must have been really strong because this was an average-sized woman that was in a sleeping bag, and he just picked it up like it was like a bag of, like a sock with a rock in it or something, just whipping it back and forth like it was nothing. That's not how that would go.
It was absolute trash horror. So I know everybody has, their preference, and I know that people do find value in movies like this. I mean, that's the whole reason why they have, B movies and stuff like that, because this is definitely one of those B movies. I mean, there was, you had those kind of movies that were in the 80s where it was just absolute, you could tell that it was horrible.
You could tell it was, but those movies, you can tell they're low budget and they're supposed to be funny.
Right.
This movie, I couldn't tell because it was very disturbing. It was like Wolf Creek or Hostel, like that shock value, but very poorly done. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can't even give it to the actors or the actresses. There was another thing too. The overabundance of, not saying it was a bad thing, but overabundance of women that were in this movie. That was one of the points. I think the only kind of okay part about this movie is there's hot girls, bunch of hot girls dying.
I guess. And I am going to say one other thing. Okay. So, fake boobs are gross.
If you like the fake boobs, there's a really great scene in this movie for you.
I guess.
If you're into that thing.
Yeah.
But another thing about the characters is sometimes it seemed like they had half a brain and they were like, okay, we're going to get out of here. And they were strong and they were independent and they were fighting back. Spoiler alert. All of them die in stupid ways. There were scenes where I'm like, okay, there's 5 of you. There's 4 of you. There's 2 of you or whatever. Yeah. Can you just overpower him? Use some teamwork. Right. Use your brain cells and get out of this. And they're just like, no. And they would fall over no, stop. And then he would just come, even slowly, he would just kill them.
Right.
Nothing. Nobody was smart in this movie. Not one.
I mean, I think maybe the dad at the very beginning, but and what was the deal with the jerky? I guess was he making jerky out of people?
Out of humans, yeah. I think all the killing was so that he could take the bodies and then make beef jerky and sell it. I think that's the whole plot. We're selling beef jerky. We need bodies. And the Bunnyman, I guess, was getting the bodies. And Joe, this weird character who likes to rape and eat people, was just selling the beef jerky.
And another thing too, the skeletons. You could tell they were spirit,
Well, and also why? I was waiting for what are we trying to catch something? They would just hang the skeletons with blood and whatever on them up high. I'm like, what are they for?
Right.
No answers.
None at all. I mean, it's I got 20 minutes into the movie and I was like, okay, maybe there's going to be a plot. Maybe there's going to be something that, that sparks my interest. 30 minutes into it and it still hasn't happened yet. 45, I'm like, come on, it's going to happen any minute now. Hour and 15 minutes into the movie, I'm like, you know what? Screw this shit. I'm turning it off. It's an hour and 45-minute movie.
Yeah, it's not even that long. It took me 2 days to get through it as well.
Yeah.
I was hoping that it would get better. It does not.
I mean, honestly, there were certain scenes of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey that I actually laughed at. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Leprechaun in the Hood. I'm like, oh my God, that's so ridiculous. They've got to know that was over the top. And the same thing with, American Werewolf in London, American Werewolf in Paris. They all had their endearing, funny moments.
Yeah, there wasn't anything like that. But because it was so low budget and so poorly done, and the writing was just awful. These poor people, the lines, like
Yeah.
I was trying to think of like good actors and actresses with those lines, and I'm like, I don't even think they could make these lines work. So with all of this bad stuff happening, it just couldn't be good.
I mean, so many different cliches were brought to the forefront as well. I mean, like you said, with the girls that are like, oh no, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna fall down. Oh,
With no chance of getting up, even though I have plenty of time.
right. I'm okay. Or like the girl that took the chainsaw to the shoulder in the barn. What the fuck was that for? She come at the bunny man with this big pole, and he grabs it with one hand and then chops her down with a chainsaw. Like,
and she just sits there and takes it.
Right. She just sat there. She was like,
no. Like that scene in Austin Powers. No, like get up.
Move out of the way. No. I mean, it was. I mean, whenever you initially texted me and said the children on the bus they got killed, and I'm like, oh my gosh, do we need to change this movie over? Yeah. Or do we need to just go ahead and dive headfirst into this episode and just poke fun at it for all of its worth?
I think it's our job to tell people how awful it is. Like, just don't even waste your time. It's not even funny. It's not good. It's just nothing.
And here's the absolute kicker. Okay. And we're telling you not to watch this movie. We did it for you. Mm-hmm. Here's the kicker. It is on Tubi for free. For free, and we're still telling you not to waste your goddamn time.
Take a nap instead.
Right.
Much more productive.
You'll be happier, go drink some magnesium citrate and sit on the toilet for a couple of hours.
Take a really good dump, but don't watch this movie. There's still some things I don't understand, but I think you said that there were some prequels and sequels to this. So maybe the answers are in there. But I think any movie that you make needs to be a standalone movie as well. It needs to have closure, at least something at the end, even if it's a cliffhanger. This didn't even have a cliffhanger. The ending is he's walking into the sunset. Like, how cliche is that?
Oh my gosh.
You remember that?
They did the whole sunset. No, yeah. I turned it off.
Oh, you didn't watch the ending. No, he kills everybody. Nobody except... No, Joe dies too. Everybody dies. He walks into the sunset with his costume.
He takes off the mask one time, doesn't he?
A couple times, I want to say.
Times? Okay.
And his face is all weird. Yeah. And that part was actually kind of well done. His face looked, I can't even explain it, kind of like a mummy.
Almost like a bunny.
Kind of, yeah. And we don't know what the deal was with that. We have no history, why he looks like that, why he doesn't talk. I don't quite know if he's like kind of a good guy or not, because he didn't rape any of the girls. He didn't touch them. He just killed them. Joe was the one that was like saying all the crass things and clearly had done stuff to women in the past.
And what in the hell? Like, most of the dialogue throughout the middle of the movie, whenever he was killing these hikers, most of the dialogue was bitch this, bitch that, bitch. And I'm like, come on, dude.
It's overdone. It's poor writing.
Yeah.
At some point, it just gets annoying and just kind of awkward and not scary.
I've got an awesome idea for, a book that I want to write, but it's like, even I think twice about some of the shit that I want to write.
Yeah.
And this is not, I mean, I don't know. I'm honestly curious how many movies are in this Bunnyman franchise.
I think this one was the second one. The first one I think is just called Bunnyman, and then there's more after that I will not be watching because I don't really care.
Yeah.
There's a voice. There's a female soft voice that you hear as like a narration. It's like over everything. Sometimes when Bunnyman is doing his thing, and it's like, it's gonna be okay, you're fine, everything's gonna be okay, and we get no closure. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
It happens multiple times.
Some of the flashbacks. What was up with the flashbacks?
I don't know. Like, this movie was such a waste of time.
Yeah. And why did, Joe kill the bunny for no reason? Just threw the cage just to kill the bunny. Because the bunny wouldn't eat meat, I guess.
There was a small subplot. There were lots of girls in this movie. and I guess there were sisters, and they were alluding to something like their parents had died, and one of the girls feels like it was her fault, and the other sister is like, it's not your fault, and it's my job to protect you or whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh, plot, something,
Right.
substance. Still, it doesn't go into anything. We still don't know what happened. Nothing. Right. They die, so we're never gonna know.
I mean, it's like, I don't know. I mean, it just, then now that I'm looking at it, yeah, it is the second movie. You know, maybe we missed some key plot points in the first movie, and that was the reason for some of the flashbacks, I guess. But still, I don't have much faith in this particular director and in the fact that he is going to tell a story. So save your time, save your energy. Don't watch this movie or any of the other ones for that matter. The simple fact that it's got 3 of them just kind of tells you that there are people watching it.
Yeah. And it's a very, if this were good, let's say it had a good budget and it was well done, it's still a really messed up movie.
Absolutely. The
killing of kids. There's a lot of rape of women. It is we don't see anything, but it's very obvious that that's what he does.
Yeah.
There's the killing of everybody, like he doesn't really care. There's cannibalism, and there's torture.
Yes.
Like he doesn't care. Like he sometimes will just toy with these people in really crazy ways and then kill them.
Yeah.
One of the scenes I think that sticks out the most is the barrel scene.
Yes.
They put this girl on a barrel. They put screws all like in it, and then they put the lid on, and then they roll her down the hill. And then they take off the lid, and then, you know, she's dead with no puncture wounds. She's just bloody. So poorly done. But I'm like, that's messed up. If that were well done, that's a messed up way to die.
Absolutely.
Who thinks of that? Why?
Right.
Just slash people, or like Chainsaw Massacre. Just cut them in half, cut their heads off, whatever. But why all the torture? Why the rape? This is so uncomfortable. And it's even more uncomfortable when it's low budget.
Yeah. And, you know, and so I've seen the Terrifier movies. The Terrifier movies have an element of comedy in them as well. Even though that there's like extra gore and stuff like that, it's like it's leaps and bounds better than Bunnyman. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, at least there's some kind of a plot, a story. You know, it builds intensity. It builds, you know, a backstory. It almost makes you feel, you know, bad for the character or something to that effect.
Yeah.
But none of that.
I have not seen the Terrifier yet, admittedly, but I have heard that they get better. You know, it builds and there's a storyline there. But like you said, like usually there's like some villain backstory where we understand where these people are coming from, their motivation. There's nothing like that in this movie.
And you know, Terrifier is a spin-off of another horror movie. So, I mean, Art the Clown didn't get his start in the Terrifier movies. So I can't remember the name of the movie that he actually got his start from, but so many people had a positive reaction to Art that they wanted him to have his own movie. So, and that's what they did. And yes, they have gotten better. As a matter of fact, the third one was freaking hilarious. I felt bad because it's like people are dying and stuff, and I'm like, but
at least there's some positive,
right?
And if they made more movies, then the character must have been likable in some way. Bunnyman, I don't care if I ever see him again.
No,
and I don't care about his background. I'm just kind of over it.
I don't care about Joe. I mean, and to tell you the truth, their victims in this were completely and totally emotionless. Yeah. It was like, you're supposed to be crying. It's like, you're like,
oh, it was so bad. The acting was so bad. It kind of took you out of it. Like I wanted to feel bad. Like, oh, these girls are going to get raped and then die. But they were just like, please don't. Don't do this. At least make it convincing. Oh my gosh. Awful all around.
Yeah. It was, so it will give we've given our opinions and stuff like that, but you know, the entire movie just, I don't know.
I just don't think there's any redeeming qualities about this movie. There's a couple scenes that I'm like, oh, that was well done. And then it goes back to being garbage. Yeah. So like, it's just not, it's so inconsistent and awful that I don't recommend wasting your time at all. Like 0 out of 10.
Yeah, 0. Negative 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's disturbing and stupid and poorly done. So what's the point?
Yeah. There's definitely more movies that are going to be coming up later this season that are way better.
Yes.
And I've already got planned out all the way to season 5.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's a lot of good movies, though.
That is a shit ton of good movies. Season 4 is stacked with Stephen King stuff.
Ooh, nice.
I mean, I've got stuff like Cujo and The Shining and stuff like that.
Quality stuff.
Oh yeah, and if anybody's listening, and if you really like this stuff, please like and subscribe. We're on all streaming platforms. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple, Amazon, just pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast. This is where we're at. YouTube, we have the videos that go along with it, but you're going to have to subscribe, and you're going to have to stick with us until the 100th episode that happens in season 3.
What happens on the 100th episode?
On the 100th episode, there is a particular movie, and I'm not going to tell anybody. They're just going to have to wait and listen. But it's a big one. It's actually one of the best grossing horror movies of all time.
So mysterious.
I know, right? And the cool thing about this is that we are going to do a countdown from 5 all the way to number 1. So episode 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, and 100 are going to be in order the top 5 horror movies of all time.
Nice.
Yes.
Out with a bang.
Oh yeah. And there's my little gremlin. So everybody, thank you for tuning into this god-awful episode of Scream Freaks. I mean, we're not awful. We're great.
Awful. We're awesome. We took one for the team, man.
Yeah, we did. We took one for every single last one of you subscribers. Everybody else, we didn't do this for you.
You suck. In fact, you suck.
Right. As a matter of fact, you should be in the next Bunnyman movie if you're not liking subscribing to this.
Fake blood and everything. Slow death.
Exactly. Can you believe that we actually got 22 minutes out of this episode?
Didn't think we'd have a lot to say.
No, I didn't think so either. But we kind of ripped this one to shreds. The director of the Bunnyman, he might need a bigger boat because we chewed this one up. Reference to the first episode of season 2.
Well, he should probably change careers, honestly, because this was pretty bad.
Yeah. Hold the microphone for somebody who actually knows how to direct a movie.
Yes, please.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into Scream Freaks yet again. Thank you, Bryanna, for coming all the way up here just for this horrible episode, which could have honestly been an email.
My pleasure.
All right, everybody. This has been episode 21 of The Bunnyman. Thank you for tuning into Scream Freaks. Wait until episode 22, and I have no idea what episode that is. Tune in. All right, everybody. Stay spooky.